Hello everyone, this is the day 4 of the UI Builder sessions. In this day we'll talk about that list component. So if you go back to our workspace called demo workspace that we have created, in this demo workspace we added, or you can say that we created a report or data visualization. In this data visualization it's showing that open incident count is 40, and then here it have some description. Now if you can refresh basically, but if you see that in this data visualization, if I click this item, what is happening? Nothing is actually showing right now. So if I click here, it should give me, or it should do something. It should show me the list of incidents that are open. So that is not working in this case. To do that, or to resolve that issue, we are going to do something. The first thing is that we are going to create a page. If you recall that we created a list page that give you that list of items, and in our case we don't want to redirect them to this page. We want to create a separate page for them, so that once somebody click this, they should redirect to a separate page. So what we'll do, we'll go to this UI builder, and then we'll click we are going to create a new page called create new page, and here we will click that create from the scratch, and then I'll put the name called list item. So this is my page name called list item, and I will click continue. And then here I need a parameter. What parameter I need? When somebody click that, here I need two parameters. First thing is the table name, and second parameter is the query. So these two parameters I need that. So what we'll do, we'll go here, then we'll create a required parameter called table. So these two parameters I need. One is that required parameter called table name, another is that the optional parameter called query filter. So this table name is a mandatory, and then query filter this is a optional parameter. So click looks good, and here the variant is default. We are not changing anything about variant. We will talk that variant, it's a very simple things. We'll talk in our further classes, but at that moment we are not going to talk about the variant. So we created a new page called list item, and under this list item we have one mandatory parameter and one a non-mandatory parameter. So let's say that first component, we'll click here, we'll put the single layout. So this is our first component. In that we'll add a component called stylized text. So we are going to select that that is here. So we'll see that. And secondly, let's put the table name. For the timing, we are putting the table name called incident, and here we are going to put that active equal to true. So this is the parameter we have set here. Now first thing is that this is the stylized component. Here in this stylized component we want to put the table name, so we'll select that none here, and then we'll put that table name. So we'll go here and then dynamically select our property, and then select the table name. So in that case we'll double click that and apply that. So in the top we want to show a table name called incident, and in the bottom we want to show list of incidents. So for that we'll add component single layout in the bottom, and then we are going to use that another component called list. So we'll search that, and then we'll select that list simple. So this one, and in this list simple we'll select again none, and then what we need, that we need the table name. How we'll get the table name? So we will get the table name from this parameter, from the incident. So we will set from here. So we'll click this dynamic value, then properties, and then here table name. So double click apply. So this is our table name, and now after that we have a fixed parameter. Under this fixed filter we can go to this property again, and then we can apply this query filter and then apply that. So after that, you can see that it is showing that all active task that is showing table name is incident, and that 40 records are visible right now. All right, so let's save that. So what is we have done here, we have created a completely new page called the list item, and in this list item we have incident, and then another the table name, another is that query filter. Two basically parameter is there. One parameter is the table name, another optional parameter is the active equal to true. These two parameters are there. So let's remove this active equal to true and see that is it going to fetch all this data or not. And you can see that it's fetching that all this data. So we have created a list, and in this list it is fetching all this data. Okay, now what we want actually, we want that when somebody click that 40 here, this somebody clicking here, we should send, or we should redirect them to this page, or this page, and to show the list of record. So this is our another requirement. So let's achieve that. So first I have saved that and go back to our experience. So right now we have 3 pages. One is the home page, another is the list, another is the list item. So list item is the item that need the table name as a parameter. So what we'll do, we'll go to this our home page. So this is our home page. Here in this home page, this is under this overview tab, we have a data visualization. We'll open that. So this is the data visualization. Under overview tab, this is the data visualization, and when somebody clicking that, we should redirect them to the list page. For that, what we have to do, we have to go to this events, and event is nothing but what we want. So we want somebody clicking this tiles or data visualization, we want redirect them to a particular page, right? So we'll click that add event mapping, and what we want somebody clicking this visualization clicked. So it means that somebody click on this visualization, we want to do something, right? So we'll select that visualization clicked, because whenever somebody clicking this visualization, we want to do certain things. So we'll do that visualization clicked. So what we want, so once somebody click the visualization, we want to do, or we want to redirect to a particular page. So we'll click that link to destination, and then once we click the link to destination, it will redirect them to a particular page. So what should be our page? So we'll click that select destination, and then here we have external URL and then pages where we want to redirect them. We want to redirect them to the list item, and here we want to pass the table name. So what should be the table name? The table name should be comes under event payload, and then here we have a options called params table. You can see, we'll select that and apply that. So what will be comes, like whenever somebody clicking that, they should redirect to this page called list item with the table name equal to whatever is set as a data visualization table. Similarly, in the query, we'll do a binding and then click the event payload, and these all are the data visualization parameter. So we will go and then select that query and then double click and then apply that, and simply click OK. And then after that, you can see we just need to click add. So let's see one more time. So this is our event. We have configured the event. What we want actually, when somebody click on this items or this list of item, we want them to redirect to a list item page. So link to destination /list /item. So we want to redirect them to the list item, and the list item we have the mandatory parameter. The first parameter is called table name, and then second parameter is the query filter. Query filter is a that our optional parameter, but we'll pass these two from these params. So params mean nothing but whatever is applied to this data visualization. So let's save these things and see it is working as per expected or not. So this has been saved. Let's refresh our workspace. So right now you can see it's showing that count equal to 40. If we click that, so some reason we are actually redirecting to the correct page, but the parameter is not able to pass properly. So this is some issue happening in the current release. So what we can do, we can go to this our event mapping, click open, and then here under this event mapping, instead of form mode, we can change to the script mode. So here we can write the script. What should be the script? Under this script, we should define that what should be the route or where should we redirect. So in our case, we are trying to redirect them to list item page. So we'll put like list item. So this should be our route page, and then in the parameters under these params we want to do some something. So we'll put that here. The first parameter is called table name. So here we need to pass the table name dynamically. How we know that? From which things or where the table name we can find? So as you can see that we are getting and a JSON, will copy that and open to the JSON viewer and paste here. Let's go here. So we have to do that event.payload.params. Then we should be able to find out the table and then query. So let's do that. So here we will say that so this will return a table, and then we have another parameter called query. So we'll copy that and paste here. So we'll go comma, then here we will so this way in the params what we did, we put the table name equal to event.payload.params.table comma query filter equal to event dot this one. We did that. Okay, so we define that params. What we'll do, we'll copy these as a field and then put under fields this one till this table. Okay, we're not passing under the fields, we're not passing that query filter, and simply after that we'll remove these logs here and then apply that and simply save that. So our code changes are done. This is a issue actually, otherwise it should automatically happens to the form here, but there are some issue happening. So let's try here. So we'll close our this console log and then simply click on this incident count, and once we click the incident count, and you can see we have redirect to that incident list page where we can see all these related incident. So this way you can create a event, you can map that, and through that mapping you can actually redirect them to a particular record. In case some events are not working through this data pillar data binding, you can go and then start writing the code as per your requirement. So you can see that when we selected that link to destination, automatically this code was populated. We just need to map that which page, what should be parameter, and it's automatically happening. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.